Hey y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Blinx by Liz. I'm your CEO, Elizabeth.
Hey
Today I am back with a brand new DIY showing you how to make custom yarn Crocs. I want to say this was a trend almost like a year ago. I don't even know if it was a trend or if it was just crafty people doing what crafty people know how to do, you know? But either way, I'm late to it and that's okay too because I always move when I feel led. Another thing is when I looked up DIYs on YouTube, I didn't see a lot of good ones. That's no offense to my YouTube people, but I felt like since I had a complaint, let me go ahead and contribute to the community. So if you haven't already, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if you have some questions, and I'll try my best to get back to you guys. If you want to see more content from Blinx by Liz or just me overall, you can find me on all social medias, Blinx, B-L-I-N-X by Liz, and my website is usually always open if you want to place an order, blinxbyliz.com. All right, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay, Liz, but what do I need to start?
So to start, you're gonna need a pair of scissors. You'll need some charms, embellishments, or even patches if you wanna take it up a notch. The charms you see me using here in this video today, I actually purchased from Hobby Lobby. They were really inexpensive. Side note, if y'all have a Hobby Lobby in y'all city or state, please go run to Hobby Lobby. I love Hobby Lobby, y'all. Like, I cannot express it enough. I will literally take the rest of this video to talk about Hobby Lobby. They literally always have a sale. Like, I've never not seen them have a sale. And if it's not a sale, then it more than likely is cheaper than where it is at your regular arts and crafts store. So like I said, y'all, please run and go check out Hobby Lobby. If you don't know about Hobby Lobby and I'm the one putting you on, go up in there and come back and leave a comment. If you tell me you don't like Hobby Lobby, I will block you, okay? All right, back to the supplies list. And no, y'all, I did not get a commission for that. I just genuinely love Hobby Lobby. Anyway, you'll need some glue. E6000 and B7000 will work perfect. Both of those are sold at Hobby Lobby. The B7000 you're gonna see me using in the video, I actually received when I ordered rhinestones off of Amazon. Some of the packaging comes with little B7000 tubes, and that's where I'm gonna be using the B7000 in this video. However, you can still get B7000 from either one of those places, wherever you would prefer. You'll also need something like sandpaper or a sand block, even a sand drill, just to scuff up your Crocs so that your adhesive sticks the best. You'll need a pair of Crocs or clog style shoes, and I grabbed mine from Amazon. They normally are around like $35 to maybe $50 depending upon the kind you buy, but you don't need to use Crocs. That's just what I use. So if you can find something that is just as simple as going to your beauty supply and finding clog style shoes, those will work fine as well. And last but certainly not least, you'll definitely need the chunky yarn. Could you guess where I got mine from? Yes, Hobby Lobby. They were on sale for $5.50. The original price was $7.99, but I got mine on sale and I bought 3 bundles and I still have a whole lot left. I'm working with a bigger shoe, so I would recommend you to play it by eye when it comes to what size of chunky yarn, because they do have some chunky yarn that isn't as big as the kind that I used in this video. I'm working with a bigger shoe, so I would recommend if you're working with a smaller shoe to use a little bit smaller chunky yarn, but it's completely up to you. It's your art.
Check, and check. Now that I have it all, where do I start?
All right, once you have everything that you need, we can start prepping our Crocs. For those that actually went and bought the classic Crocs that have the strap on it, I would recommend taking the straps off when you start, just because it's easier to work with, and then when you're applying the yarn, it's also easier to apply if the straps are removed. If you don't have the straps, then you can go on to step 2 of the prep. And if you don't know how to remove your Croc strap, then I do have a 5-minute DIY. I'll try to link it up in the right-hand corner, but if you don't see it, it's also on my channel. It's literally a 5-minute video showing you how to take the straps off, add a cute little scrunchie for some pizzazz, and then put the strap back on. If you're not familiar with the process, I would really recommend you to go and watch the DIY, because the Croc straps are a little bit more delicate, and you may rip them if you're not familiar with how to remove the strap. It can seem like it's a little bit harder. Okay, now step 2 in our prep, you'll take your sand block, your sandpaper, your sand drill, and just start scuffing up your Crocs all over, from the front to the back. Just don't do the bottom and don't do the inside, obviously, but you'll want to scuff all on the sides, everywhere, because you're going to be adding glue all over these Crocs. If you are adding yarn to your straps, you'll also be scuffing up your straps as well. I didn't add yarn to the straps for this design because I wanted to keep it cohesive and simple, but if you love that look, go for it. In step 3 of our prep, you want to take a towel and wipe down your Crocs. I normally use rubbing alcohol, wipe down my Crocs, and it's clean. The reason you're doing this is because because when you're sanding or scuffing up your Crocs or your clogs, it creates this little sand or dust which can interfere with your adhesive sticking. So if you want to do it that way, fine. Some people will take theirs and literally go sit them in the sink and rinse them off. As long as you're allowing it the time to dry, if you do it that route, perfect.
That makes a good excuse to get off the phone. Girl, let me call you back. I gotta go put my Crocs in the washer.
Before we move on to the next step, please, if you haven't already, like my video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if you have any questions, share this video with a friend. Honestly, art can be so therapeutic. This can be a good project for mother-daughter moments, father-daughter moments, father-son moments, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, sisters, brothers, whatever. This is a really good DIY because one, it's so simple. Two, it is unisex. You don't have to make them look so girly. It's your art and you're the artist. Three, it's not time consuming at all. If you have an anniversary coming up where you just want to spend some time because finances are really starting to become a big deal here in America, then this is the perfect thing to do. This is inexpensive. The Crocs don't cost that much and the supplies don't either. So if you haven't already, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Come on, y'all. Let's support our girl.
All right, so we're gonna be moving into adding our yarn. If you are going for a specific design, map out the design before you add any glue, just so you can see it visually. Once you see it visually, then you can go ahead and add your E6000 in a small section, put your yarn on top, and then snip. Once you cut it, add some pressure with your hand just to make sure the yarn is adhering to the glue as best as possible. And when you're adding your glue, be sure to add the glue from the side of the Croc or the clog all the way up to the top where you would insert your foot. So that way, when you add the yarn, it's creating this illusion that this is the actual shoe. Also, when you add the glue, make sure you're adding the glue closer to the part of the yarn you just added. So that way, when you apply the next string of yarn, it'll be closer to that last piece that you just applied, and that avoids what's called gapping. We don't want to see any gaps because if you can see the actual shoe in between the yarn, it'll take away from this yarn illusion or effect. And once you get that first strip of yarn on, pretty much it's just a repeat session. So apply your glue, apply your yarn, cut, press down, repeat. Apply your glue, yarn, cut, press down. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up with the yarn. If you wanna continue to watch this part just to see a visual, go ahead. But once you get all of the yarn applied and you wanna see the next step, fast forward to the timestamp on the screen because I am gonna show you one important step before we add the charms. Okay, now that we've got the yarn applied to our Crocs, this is a super important step to kind of give it a more cleaner look. I took the scissors and cut around the bottom to give it a cleaner trim. And then also I took the E6000 and filled in around the inside where my foot would go in at. I filled it in to make sure it wasn't any blank spaces because again, it takes away the illusion. So if you have any excess or just maybe snip off small amounts from your yarn, you can fill in those extra spaces if you have any.
Now it's time to elevate.
All right, y'all. So once your yarn is fully applied, it's time for my favorite part, the bling.
Bling, bling, bling.
I use E6000 for the bigger pieces and charms, but I use B7000 for the smaller rhinestones and charms because the B7000 tubes, they have this small nozzle that I just find so efficient for small detail work. So you pretty much are just doing the same that you were doing with the yarn. You apply the glue to the charm and then press the charm down in the yarn. You don't want to press too hard because then you may make the charm kind of seep into the yarn and you kind of want it to pop so that you can see it. But pretty much you pick what you want to do here. If you want to add the rhinestones or charms, you can. If you want to add patches, you can. If you want to just leave them blank, you can. It's completely up to you. Definitely will be doing a pair with patches soon. I didn't do patches on this pair because I was working on a deadline. I made these for my little sister. Her birthday came up and I just wanted to do something different. My little sister is a homebody. So I was thinking of a personalized gift that's super cozy but still cute, which would be perfect for her to lounge around the house in. And voila, Here is my final look. Soft, cozy, and glam. I'm calling these Barbie core house shoes. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Blinx by Liz, for more custom DIYs and just more content overall, y'all, because I do have a lot of stuff I want to show y'all that I need to edit so that I can post it. This just been sitting in my phone, my iPad, and I've just been dragging my feet on doing the edits. So y'all, please encourage a girl, leave some comments, subscribe, follow me on social media, Blinx by Liz, and any questions, feel free to put them below. Don't forget, you guys, if you want a pair made by me, hit me up on my website, blinxbyliz.com, and I will catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.